Hello, my name is Omowunmi Dada.
Hello, I'm Bumi. It's nice to have you here today. You're very beautiful, by the way.
Thank you very much for me.
So, let me ask from Geometry to Country Hard to Ainla to Shade. You've done it all voiceover, stage. You seem to have done it all. So,
No,
what
I
would
haven't done it though.
okay, so what would you say is the true power of storytelling?
I'd say the true power of storytelling is just being true to life.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, we say art is life and life is art. We imitate life itself. And if you see a character that you need to play and you just want to bring it to life as though it was the truth, I think you would give the best performance, for example. I think you would take out time to understand who this character is, what their life is like, why they do the things that they do. So, bottom line, I think it's just being trying to be true to life. That's a power of storytelling.
Oh, that's very beautiful. Your role in Somewhere in the Dark earned you critical recognition early on. So, what did that teach you? What did that role teach you about visibility for Yoruba language and indigenous films?
I would say that life is life, and life exists in different parts of the world. Therefore, language is never a barrier to a good story. Never. I've always believed that a good film is a good film, regardless of the language. Language is just a medium of communication. When we were growing up, we watched a lot of Indian movies. We had no idea what they meant, but we followed the stories and they impacted us. A lot of their songs we still remember. We watched a lot of Spanish series many times. So the fact that we tell stories in Yoruba shouldn't be less of shouldn't be less great. So that was, I think, the very first Yoruba film that I did. And I remember when the producer reached out to me that he wanted to tell the story. In fact, what happened in the story was something I had never experienced before. But then it was something that actually existed. So I did a lot of research and give it all. That every time I have to be on screen anywhere to speak the Yoruba language gives me so much joy and excitement. So I'm happy the film got the recognition it got. And here we are.
All right, now let's talk about Shadi, Nigeria's first animated film. So, what was it like being the voice of a project as historic as that? Did you feel pressure, or was it just freedom for visibility? You know?
Life is so weird. I wasn't even cast to be Sade.
Wow.
Yes, I was cast to play something else entirely. But I always say that no matter what it is and where you are as an actor, you have to be always ready. Always ready, and you have to be ready to take the bull by the horn. So we got into the studio, and the person that was supposed to play Shadi was late. She was nowhere to be found.
Oh,
And I was like, I can do it. Also, you need to trust in, you need to know what stuff you're made of and trust in your craft. Of course, you would have put in a lot of work before you can say, oh yes, I can do this. Because I knew that I could just do it. I could do it. So they were like, okay, yeah, let's hear you read. And I did it. And they were like, ooh, okay,
okay.
this is even a better Sade than we thought. So if I didn't speak out, one, if I wasn't ready, I don't think that I would have been able to play Sade. Secondly, if I didn't speak out. So you know when they say closed mouth is a closed destiny, it's very true. What's the most that would happen? They say no. I won't go about the rest of my life hearing like with a billboard or a placard that I've been said no to. I've been said no to many times. It doesn't stop me from wanting to put myself out there. So you have to always be audacious as an actor. If you feel like this is for you, talk about it. Say you want this. Speak to the universe. Speak to humans, even if it doesn't come to you at that particular point in time. As long as you believe in it and you're working on constantly making yourself a better version of you, it will come to you.
Talk about being prepared and putting yourself out there. Okay. So finally, if Nollywood were to make a film about you from stage to screen, what would you want to play you
Who would I want to play me?
in that film?
Wow, that's
You've never thought about it.
I've never thought about it.
Okay. But does it look like there's someone you've met or you've met or you've had an interaction with and or someone you've seen over time that you feel like, oh, okay, I feel like this person could be a younger version of me, or this person could play me, very well in a way that will communicate Omowunmi Dada to people other than Omowunmi Dada.
I don't think I've ever seen Omowunmi Dada in any other person other than Omowunmi Dada.
Talk about being
Honestly.
But
But because when you're casting, for example, there are so many things to consider. There's height, there's just so many things. There's color, but one person, I hope she can speak Yoruba as much as I can. But I know she's a brilliant actor, and I know for a fact that she would play me well. I think I would say Queen.
okay.
Queen would play me. She's a brilliant actor. I'm always rooting for her. I doubt if she even knows this, but yeah, I think she would play Omowunmi because I think about my journey as an actor, undergraduate in Unilag, right from year 2, I had already started working professionally.
Wow.
I was going for first class, but I was also attending auditions and telling my classmates the test won't happen because I have an audition to go to or I have a shoot to be at and the test won't happen. There was just one time that the test did happen and I walked into the lecturer's office and I was like, sir, something happened. I couldn't make your class and it was like, oh, sit down there, tear a sheet of paper. And he gave me a different questions in 10 and I did it. And good to say I graduated best graduating student in my class.
Okay.
But it didn't end there. That was the beginning of my journey. And it was tough. It was hard. And I think she's a strong person to bring out the journey of Omowunmi Dada.
I think your dreams coupled with your drive, I want this is more of I want the best of everything. I want a first class. I also want to be a professional actress. I think I'm very commendable.
Thank you.
Good child to you.
Thank you very much. I'm really big on the spirit of excellence. Okay. I'm really, really big on it. And there's one thing I always tell people. Every time you have to show yourself forth, give your absolute best. Because you don't know who is watching. You don't know the scene that someone can just stumble on and say, who is this person? You don't know the audition. I remember in 2009, I went for an audition and I wasn't cast. I didn't even know someone took note of me. Forward to 2016, I got a call. In fact, they had auditioned. I wasn't even in the country. They had auditioned people for the series and all that. Someone just called me that am I back in town? Oh, I said yes, I am. And the person was like, okay, come do this screen test. And I went ahead and I did it, and I got the role for Jimmy.
No.
It was much later, like 6 months into filming. We went to Badagry. Sanchez was now talking about the fact that in 2009. He auditioned this young girl that just had this fire. She didn't fit into the role they wanted to cast for, but he just knew that he was going to work with her. So when Folake came for Jimmy G, he just told them, you guys, find Omowunmi Dada. If she auditions for this thing and it's bad, then lo and behold, I guess I didn't disappoint them. And yeah.
That's very nice. I think we can see your excellence, the way you relate into your roles and your characters. We can see it because nobody can deny the fact that Omowunmi Dada is an amazing, tremendous actress.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much, Omowunmi.
Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you.
It was nice talking to you.